Hi everyone, Magascal Zoo here.
And in this video, we're going to go over the history of the magician, kind of loosely. It's just a quick overview. And then later videos, I'll get more in depth to each one if I can, if there's enough information on them. A magician is someone that is not only in tune with the natural world and natural law, they're in tune with the psychology of the people they are guiding. Almost every pre-industrial society, you can find them. When outsiders force their way into a society and force their oppressive corporate religions in a replacement of the magician to use control, those who are occupying do not care about the people. In the corporate religions that follow, you can see where the magician of the original way is pushing through the cracks of the religion and making sure they have their little symbols in there. And you can see that in a lot of the big corporate religions. A magician is many things. A speaker of the natural law. They are psychologists, they are philosophers, they're doctors, meteorologists, and one of the most important, they are creators. Today, sadly, a magician is looked as a con artist in a negative definition. The history of the magician is spread out and worn thin. Modern education systems teach that they are backwards and not needed, but look at the world and tell me that. The lies and enslavements and the crimes and the lost people show us all differently. So as this channel and I dive into the magician and being a magician myself, I will miss stuff and I will add stuff in later future videos. So if I miss something, go ahead and send me a reminder so I can have the note and I can add it in later. And if you have any good reference material with what you want me to cover, go ahead and post that down below too with the comment. For what we know, one of the oldest magicians comes from the Aryan, Sarmatian, Slavic people, the Magi. They go back before writing. They ruled a steppe from Israel to China, and they were the first emperors of China. They started Persia, and then when Persia fell, they left. They ran the first Silk Highway from England to Japan and into Africa. But many of the academic history writers are trying to hide this from history. Many, during the collapse of the first Persian Empire, left on boats and spread out throughout the world. There's many mentions of blonde hair, blue-eyed people traveling with red-headed people. And it's mentioned all over the place in all the hidden history. Even in the Bible, the three wise men, aka wizards in the Gaelic, or the Magi in the Old Persian, were Sarmatian magicians. They wore actually tall conical hat, shows your connection to the Akashic. And you may ask, how do you know the Magi went everywhere? There's a word that almost exists everywhere in the world, and it means the same thing, manna. Spirit is the spirit and ether, the natural law, the program of governance. Dealing with the magician archetype, there will always be a magician. Even though the magician is the most heavily suppressed group out there, the magicians still exist. As the oppressive corporate religion tries to oppress the natural magician of a people, they'll bounce around trying to figure out a place where they exist, a purpose. They get misguided by the oppressive corporate religion. And it's very sad because you see the magician being pushed into a deception where when they know that money and power is not what they wish for and do not really desire it. They also get distracted and manipulated in altered perceptions of reality and acceptance. We the magicians have a place and we know it. We are not, so always look inside, and I'll expand on this in a later video, probably the next one but I'd rather get into the little history before I get into, that's my thoughts. I kind of wandered a tiny bit. Next video, hopefully coming out here soon, but until then, I'm Magascal Zoo. Blessed are those, and have a great day.
Also, I just want to apologize about the audio being all crappy.